Welcome to another stop on our New England Lighthouse Road Trip. We've completed our visits to the Outer Cape, and today we're traveling to the Lower Cape, where these lighthouses have their own challenges. One has a tiny window of opportunity to get inside, and the other requires a mile-long walk just to see it. So if you're ready, let's get started, and we're going to start with Chatham Light. I'll admit, I have been looking forward to seeing this one. The lighthouse is an active U.S. Coast Guard station, and the former keeper's house now serves as living quarters for the Coast Guard personnel. Established in 1808, Chatham Light was the second lighthouse built on Cape Cod. The original light featured twin wooden towers set 70 feet apart to help sailors distinguish it from Highland Light in the north, and to guide vessels through Chatham's constantly shifting channels. The towers were upgraded to brick in 1841, and in 1877, new 48-foot cast iron towers lined with brick were built further inland, 80 feet above sea level, to combat erosion. In 1923, a rotating fourth-order Fresnel lens was installed in the south tower. That upgrade made the second tower unnecessary, and the north tower was moved to Eastham, where it became today's Nauset Light, which we visited in a previous video. You can still see the concrete base where the north tower once stood. Visitors can explore the 1877 tower and learn about its long history during the U.S. Coast Guard Auxiliaries summer tours, which are held Wednesdays from 1 to 3:30 p.m.
The Cape coast is very treacherous. Always has been. There are over 3,000 shipwrecks that have been recorded along the coast here, which kind of made the idea of putting up a lighthouse pretty sensible. So in 1797, Truro, north of here, was allowed to put up a lighthouse. In 1808, we were allowed to put up a lighthouse. To put up two lights, because each lighthouse has to be different from another lighthouse. And lighting did not come to such a point that you could have two lights in one tower. If you wanted two lights, you had two lighthouses.
So I actually started near the end of the line. But when a spot opened up in a group ahead of me, I took it. That's just one of the perks of being a solo traveler.
Is there an elevator in town or what?
Before we reached the top of the 44-step climb, we paused in the room just below the lantern to hear more about the light.
A couple of things to bear in mind. When you go up the ladder here, you'll encounter two lamps rotating on a steel beam every 10 seconds. There isn't a lot of room, it is very tight, but you do get a good view, so it's worth it. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
When the climb continued, it rewarded us with an up-close look at the aero beacons and sweeping views of Chatham's coastline, even on a foggy day.
Okay, welcome to the Lantern Room on Chatham Light. You're 80 feet above sea level right now. The tower itself is 42 feet. These lamps here are aero beacons. There are 1,000 watt bulbs in there, and you've got about 2.8 million pounds of power. greenhouse plus that, that's the 110 degrees. And then, fingers crossed, all this is going in November. We're going to replace it with LED light.
Nice.
No noise, 20 degrees cooler, make life a lot easier. And so these lights supposedly, they say you can see from 27.4 statute miles, 22 nautical miles. But that's not taking into account the curvature of the Earth. And then a flash, two white flashes will be 10 seconds. So that determines this lighthouse from the lighthouse across the lighthouse of the Highland Light, the true light. The difference is between the flashing and also has a red and white lights. So these are angled in such a way that when you're out at sea, you see two flashes every 10 seconds.
After the tour, I made my way back down the stairs and took one last look around before leaving the station. This stop was truly a highlight. The auxiliary volunteers shared so much great information, and anytime you can climb a lighthouse with such limited access, that's a win. I still had another lighthouse to reach before sunset, but first I couldn't pass up a stop at Chatham Pier Fish Market. I'd heard great things about their lobster rolls, and I had to see what all the talk was about. The area was beautiful. It was the kind of place where you can smell the salt in the air, see the boats rocking on the harbor, and hear the gulls calling overhead. While waiting for my food, I climbed the viewing deck and was completely surprised to see seals swimming all around the pier. Oh my goodness! Look at that! Oh my goodness!
Probably have kind of like legs, but it's like 2 legs.
Oh my goodness!
Sophia.
Oh, look at that! It's huge.
There's one right here. Oh, you went down deep though. There was one right here.
The seals really added to the charm of this place. The day was getting away from me, and I still had one more lighthouse to reach. I picked up my food, but I couldn't resist trying that lobster roll while it was still hot, even if it meant eating in the car. Oh my God. So this is the lobster roll that comes with some fries and some coleslaw. And here's the lobster roll. Yeah, you see all that? You see those big pieces? Oh my God. This is good. Unfortunately, I can't show you because I gotta go. Wow. Awesome. Guys, I have to admit, I am still thinking about that lobster roll. It was so good. Our final destination of the day is the Stage Harbor Light, also known as the Harding Beach Light. Built in 1880, it's the youngest lighthouse on Cape Cod. Okay, so I'm walking out to Stage Harbor Lighthouse. It's privately owned, so you have to just roll up on it. And the only way to get to it is by boat or walking. They actually have this trail, and I'm not sure if it's supposed to go to the lighthouse, but this is probably a little easier and to some degree than walking on the beach. Because you do have areas where this trail is kind of packed. I can see the lighthouse over there on the other side of the we'll see if I have to shift this path down to the beach. I don't know. But they have a lot of protected areas. You can see it. You can't go past that little rope over there. Stage Harbor once served as a busy refuge for fishing boats and schooners navigating the fog and shifting sands off Chatham's coast. The waters here could turn dangerous quickly, and keepers earned numerous commendations for their daring rescues. The 1-mile trail along Harding's Beach offers views of Nantucket Sound and provide quiet moments away from the crowds. The lighthouse was deactivated in 1933 and its lantern room was removed. As mentioned earlier, the 48-foot cast iron tower is privately owned, but you can walk up to the property line to take photos. If you'd rather skip the walk, you can also view the lighthouse across Stage Harbor at the end of Sears Road. I made it back to Harding's Beach just in time to catch this sunset. The perfect ending to a full day of lighthouse exploring. The Lower Cape is also home to another lighthouse, Monomoy Point Light, located within the Monomoy National Wildlife Refuge. It's only accessible by boat, and unfortunately, no tours aligned with my schedule this time, but it's definitely on my list for the return trip. So that wraps up our visit to the Lower Cape. They may not have been the tallest lighthouses, but they had a beauty all of their own. From Chatham's steady beam to Stage Harbor's quiet silhouette on the horizon, they all had a wonderful story to tell. And even though I didn't get to Monomoy Point this time, it was a reminder that some of these lighthouses do take a lot more planning and probably a little bit of luck just to see them. Overall, it is days like this that reminds me why I love lighthouse travel. The peaceful walks, the smell of the ocean, and those unexpected moments, like who would have thought we would have saw seals swimming around the pier in Chatham? Each stop really left a memory that will linger long after this journey is over. So if you've been enjoying this Lighthouse series, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share so other people can discover these coastal lights. Up next, we will be going to Nantucket, where we will be exploring a whole new set of New England lighthouses. So until then, I will see you at the light.